Hi, this is Rick Wonders from Reliable Digital World, and today we are going to show you how to install a Linux system on your PC. We will be installing an Ubuntu system, which is probably the easiest of the mainstream Linux distributions out there. So what you're going to want to do first is go to www.ubuntu.com and download the free operating system. The current version is 10.10. You will see a few options. We will have a piece up on Reliable Digital World that can explain which options you should choose if you're not too familiar with any of those. You can also use on Ubuntu's website, and there's a box that says read more, and that should explain to you also what you would need and answer your questions about what a 32-bit or 64-bit operating system is. Okay, so let's get started with the install. That's about what this video is going to cover. Right now we are at the install screen. We put the DVD into the tray while the computer was off, turned it on, and it boots up just like you would any other operating system. And the first thing you see, the first window you get is the install window. You can see that it comes in a variety of different languages. We're in the United States, so we're going to pick English. Now the first box you see up here, it says try Ubuntu. This is the 10.04 system we've had laying around here for about a year. You can run this over top of a Windows or a Mac system if you'd like, and you can try it out without installing it. For our purposes today, though, we're going to show you how to install an Ubuntu system on the computer without trying it out. So we're just going to click the Install 10.04 LTS box down here. And we'll watch the little circly thing circle around for a few seconds until the next screen comes up. And that screen is going to ask us where we are. Since we're on the east coast of the United States, and it automatically defaults to us, the United States, New York, and that's just fine with us, so we'll click forward. And the next screen that's going to come up is your keyboard layout. Now again, suggested option is the standard United States QWERTY keyboard. If you are in another country and you're using, or if you're using a different keyboard configuration than your standard USA QWERTY, then you would choose that down here. You could also choose the country you're in. Okay? If you're not sure, you can have Ubuntu guess what the key map is. And if we do that, we'll press the R key and see what it tells us to do. Press the W key. Is the following key present on your keyboard? We'll click no. Neither is that, and neither is that, neither is that, neither is that, neither is that, neither is that. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so you get the idea that you pretty much can guess that we're in the USA. Okay? So we'll hit the suggested option. Click forward again. And we'll go into the partition manager, which is pretty straightforward. If you've never done this before, we suggest you just use the defaults that Ubuntu will give you. We'll go over some of the other options. Okay, now again, we told you that you can run this over top of a Windows system at the beginning of this video. If you would like, you can also run a Windows system and a Linux system on the same computer, installing them side by side. And then when your computer boots up, it will ask you if you want to go to your Linux or your Windows system. You could also erase and use the entire disk if you are going to use the entire hard drive for your Linux system, which is what we're going to do here. You can also specify the partitions manually. If you have never worked with a Linux system before, we suggest skipping that. It's just not a good idea. People have sort of done some strange things trying to do this and not knowing what they're doing. So we're just going to let Ubuntu choose where it should install the operating system. It will figure out the partitions and it will install what it needs to install. And that is the easiest and the most straightforward way to do things. Okay, clicking forward after that, we're going to have to give it some information. It's going to want to know who you are. My first name is Rick, and that's what I'm going to tell it. Okay, what name do you want to use to log in? I normally use RickW14, so I'll just change that. And then you're going to need to put a password in. Now, Ubuntu will tell you if your password is weak, fair, strong, or very strong. Okay, I'm just putting in a password here because the system will be gone as soon as this video is done. My suggestion is use a 12 to 16 character password. Use a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. The next box is, what is the name of this computer? Now you can leave it at the default, which would be your username and desktop, or if you're putting it on a nettop, it would default to nettop. Or you can put in another name for the computer. So what I'm going to type in here is Ubuntu Linux _3. And it's going to tell me that I can't do this because I cannot put underscores in. Okay, so it'll only take hyphens, so we can do Ubuntu Linux 3, and it's perfectly okay with that. Now you can do a couple of things down here. When your system comes up after it's installed, you can work it like a Windows system if you're used to logging in automatically. It's a personal preference. And yeah, with XP I know you can log in automatically. Vista you can, so, and 7 I believe you can also now. I usually use the option require my password to log in, particularly if you're going to install this on a laptop or a nettop. Somebody gets a hold of your portable computer, you really don't want them to be able to log in as soon as they switch it on. So I would leave require my password to log in. Now there's also, you can decrypt your home folder. You can encrypt your home folder if you like. We're not doing that here. We're just going to use a password for that. Okay, we're going to go forward again, and after we do that, we pretty much are done with what we have to do. It's going to give you a little brief box here to tell you what you're doing, what it's installing, where it's installing it. And then you just want to click the install button, skip the advanced, because again, this is not for advanced users. And it goes into welcome. We're installing your system. After about 20-25 minutes or so, I would suggest going to get something to eat, watch TV show, video, whatever. It's going to take, like I said, 20 to 30 minutes for the system to install. Once that is done, a little box will come up telling you that your system is installed. You need to restart your computer. Click on the restart. Your computer will start winding down. When the CD tray opens up, take the CD out, press the enter key on your keyboard, reboot your computer, and that's all you need to do. Your new Ubuntu Linux system will come up. Put in your username that you entered here and put in your password, and you're good to go. Later on this week we will do a video on some of the cool apps that are available for free that you would probably have to pay on another operating system to get. So until then, this is Rick Wonders from Reliable Digital World, and have a good day.